Hello, all you beautiful souls, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Eve. In this YouTube, I'm going to be bringing in messages from the total lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So if you want to jump ahead and simply pick your crystal or your pile, I put the crystals out, the piles are on the side. You can do so right now. The timestamps will be below. The first crystal is Herkimer diamond. So that's for pile number 1. For pile number 2, it is the Rutilated quartz. Very beautiful crystals. And then for pile number 3, we have the phantom quartz. I really felt strongly to pick quartz for tonight's YouTube video. Now let me go ahead and go into the introduction with the astrology and any other messages that come through, and then we'll go to the piles, starting with pile number 1, then 2, and then 3. This is an eclipse cycle we're in right now. It's called a corridor, an eclipse corridor. We are in a series of 7 eclipses right now across the signs of Taurus and Scorpio. We've already had 2 in this cycle of 7. The last one will be in the fall of 2023. The first one we had that jump-started us onto this cycle was November 19th of 2021. That was a lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. And then we just had a solar eclipse here on April 30th in the sign of Taurus. So right now, we've had the Taurus energy very prevalent in this eclipse energy. Taurus is going to impact all of the earth signs, so it's not just Taurus, it will also be Virgo and Capricorn. But the Taurus energy speaks to what is happening on the physical plane, within our physical day-to-day reality. Taurus rules our creativity, it rules how we make money, it's our skill sets, it's how we learn the skill sets we're going to apply in a job. It's about our economic world. It's about our foundational world, meaning it could be real estate, our homes. And I hope I'm making the point here that Taurus is about the physical stuff, but it's also the ruler of love. So not only is our abundance and our creativity being strongly accentuated as of the end of last November, through 2023, so is our pathway of love and romance and abundance. We're looking at our careers, we're looking at our financial outputs and where we want to go financially as well as creatively, but love is what matters very deeply here right now. And this is the first moon then, or eclipse, in Scorpio. So far we've had what's going on in the earthly plane, okay, or the physical plane. Now we're getting the emotional plane. Scorpio is a water sign. That's going to impact and highlight all of us out there who have a lot of water in our charts. We don't have to be a sun sign in water or earth. We may have the earth element and the water elsewhere in our chart, but it's going to be significant to all of us, because it's telling us that the playing field here is within our physical world. It's the homes we live in, it's the jobs we have, it's what we're deciding to do for studying, for a career, for those of us that are looking for a career or changing careers or entering college at this time. It's guiding us on that pathway. And then the water element through Scorpio is showing us that we are emotional beings, and our intuition, our deepest heartfelt desires are also what matters here. We can't just be in the physical world making a living and concerned about our career, our abundance in our living situation. We also want love. We want nourishment. We want to give, and we want to receive. Scorpio is asking us to dive to the very depths of our emotional body, because of all the 3 water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Scorpio is the diver. It's the deep sea diver. It's asking you to leave no rock unturned within your emotional body. It's asking you to go within your subconscious, your unconscious, to unravel the mysteries of your heart and to mostly unravel how you really feel. Whatever your feelings are doing right now, wherever your feelings are. Perhaps you're having feelings about yourself and where your life is at. Maybe you're looking at your love life and what you'd like to see happen and isn't, you know. Or maybe your love life is growing and blossoming and you're asking, where's this going next? Perhaps there's something about family because all of the water signs have to do with fertility. Maybe some of you are wanting to build a family, build a home, buy a home, sell a home. And maybe you're wanting to get pregnant or you're giving birth. Water and earth together are the two perfect mixtures to bring in fertility on every single level. And so it's beautiful that this is a lunar eclipse with the moon in Scorpio and the sun in Taurus, because that's the blending of water and earth. And this is a total eclipse. Therefore, it's going to impact us very, very strongly. And in the midst of this eclipse, we are having the most powerful Mercury retrograde of 2022. Why? Because it's occurring within the eclipse corridor. Mercury started its retrograde on May 10th in the early degrees of Gemini. So the air signs are also being highlighted here. It's going to be about communication, following through with communication, not only feeling your feelings, but also communicating them. You need to dialogue here. So far, we've got the earth signs, the water signs, and the air signs, which are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Now, the missing element is fire. But what is fire? Fire is the fuel. So why don't we just bring in fire here as the one thing that's missing, but not really, because fire is what is going to ignite all of this. And it's not missing because Jupiter here on May 10th, the day that Mercury went into retrograde, Jupiter left Pisces and entered Aries. So now we have all four elements, earth, water, air, and fire, on the table. And Jupiter is the ignition. It's fueling this fire. And I love it because Jupiter in Aries is telling us this is the beginning. We're the Fool in the Tarot. We're starting on a brand new pathway. Where are we going? I'm going to strongly invite all of you to listen to my last video I did on the solar eclipse, because I think I talked a little bit about that. But also I'm going to have below my Instagram channel, I posted something on Instagram about the Mercury retrograde that's also a pick a card that brings in a lot of very important messages. Please look below at the things I have in the description for any further information or guidance, but also in case you're interested in what I have to offer and the sessions, my website info is below as well. So Mercury's in the midst of this, and it's going retrograde from early Gemini back into late Taurus. It is impacting this lunar eclipse very strongly, and it's telling us that communication is going to be a central theme during this entire cycle. Now, how long do eclipse cycles last? Well, ultimately, within each corridor, each eclipse corridor will have 2, sometimes 3 eclipses in a corridor. They last 6 months. They are strongest within the first month to 3 months out. But something could end up happening in that 6th month. So please know you have time to work with this energy. Now, the other thing I wanted to say before we get into the piles here, and this is about Mercury retrogrades, especially occurring in this lunar eclipse, because a lunar eclipse is when the moon is eclipsed by the earth. So the sun's light is not reaching the moon, because the earth is between the sun and the moon. Once we go through the eclipse, which lasts about 5.5 hours, then the full moon will come out on the other side. And there usually is some very powerful revelations and realizations and transformations that come in during lunar eclipses, especially in the sign of Scorpio. The two signs of all the 12 that I would say are incredibly powerful as lunar eclipses are when the moon is in Scorpio or in Pisces, because those are the signs of deep transformation. Very powerful energies here. Now, during this eclipse and the Mercury retrograde, now Mercury does not come out of retrograde until the early morning of January 3rd. Yep. During this time, because we've got a lot of water energy afoot here, people do not have a filter on their heart and their communication. Oftentimes in retrogrades, especially Mercury ones, we tend to loosen up our boundaries or our filters on how we communicate. And something in us is unleashed where we feel compelled to speak our truth. So during these Mercury retrogrades is a wonderful time for you to find out from other people how they really feel and what they really think. So it's both how they think about you and what they feel about you. That's why it's called a time of revelation. But also you can have some very deep internal realizations that have been lying hidden up until now about how you really feel about somebody or something in your life. So the internal emotional realizations are coming through within yourself, and that means that people are bringing messages to you as well. But the thing to understand or remind yourself of as you're going through this is once Mercury goes direct, and we've gone past this eclipse, at least 2 to 3 or 4 weeks past it, if someone told you a very big truth, they could decide once Mercury goes forward and comes out of the post shadow, which would be between June 3rd to June 18th, they could decide to put some of their filters back on and put the lid back on their emotions. And so what you want to monitor here or observe is, yes, it is wonderful and amazing, the messages that people are giving you right now. But you want to see if they can stick with it. Are they going to grow that message? Are they going to take that message and do something about it? Or are they simply going to tell you the truth and then disappear because they're not ready to really deal with that truth and face it and live it? That was the word I was looking for. They may not be ready to live that truth or that message that they are perhaps dropping at your doorstep. And so for you, the counsel is to step back, say thank you for this guidance, and then you could even ask them, okay, are you ready and willing to do something with this? And check in with yourself too, because they may give you a message and you're not ready. You need to go into some deep inner meditation and inner reflection for a while, and you may want to pull away from them. Okay, so this goes both ways. In this cycle right now, and I'm going to tell you until we come out onto the post shadow, which is the middle of June, anything can be revealed here. I'm not saying take it with a grain of salt. I'm just saying work with it, but also bring in reality and look to see how much of your energy you want to put into it and see where the other person wants to meet you at. Okay? So that's the message I wanted to bring forward. Let's look at the piles here. So I'm going to start with the pile number 1, which is the Herkimer diamond. And so I wanted to begin with the overall message. What is the overall message for pile number 1 here. Let me find my card. Beautiful. Iris. Communication. Isn't that funny? Mercury, right? So Iris is actually the god Mercury's, I believe it's his twin sister. I'm not sure if it's his twin, but it's definitely his sister. So see the wings on her ears? Those are also the messenger wings. She's the messenger. She's the personification of the feminine messenger of communication. And I love it because we have the master number 22. So that means something is definitely afoot in your life right now. The colors are pink and golden is the color of wisdom and higher knowledge and information. And pink is the color of love. So perhaps for pile number 1, there's going to be a message of love. Okay? A message of love coming in, a message of higher wisdom coming in, perhaps some deep realizations within you are transpiring as well. Clarity in communication is being called for right now, as your words are going to have a great impact on others. It is a wonderful time for you to start writing that book you've been thinking about, to tell new stories, not old ones, and to share your experiences, your strengths, and your hopes with others. So Iris is saying that this is a time for pile number 1 to really be relating to others, to be sharing your knowledge, your wisdom, your information, whatever you're learning, and also listening to what others are wanting to share with you. You have everyone's ear right now, so please choose your message wisely. Others will also desire positive and fruitful communication with you at this time, so get ready for some amazing new opportunities to come from these discussions. I love this message. She's saying this eclipse and Mercury retrograde are bringing in some beautiful dialogues into your life. And this could be with current friends, old friends, or new friends. Just remember to stay open and clear about how you express your deepest desires, always speaking from the place of integrity, kindness, and respect, not only for yourself, but for others. This is a beautiful message. Most important, though, Iris is reminding you that you also have a great communication with the universe. You are in a mutual dialogue with the universe. And now it's time for you to pay even closer attention to the signs and the omens that are coming into your life. Trust this important yet subtle communication, because it will never lead you astray when you listen and you act accordingly. So that is the empowerment message that Iris is giving you. But the goddesses also have an alignment message. If, however, at this time you are facing a moment when communication between you and others feels disconnected, or there is no communication, maybe it's because you or other people are withholding information. So there's a withholding going on. Could be coming from you, it could be coming from others. And maybe there's a lack of clarity about what the motives are. So now is the time to ask for this clarity, and at the very least, get clear with yourself. So if you're sitting on the fence and you are ambivalent about your direction, then be honest with yourself. So Iris is saying clear communication must always come from clear honesty with yourself. It cannot come in any other way. So if you want to increase your communication, your dialogue, the depth of how you are communicating and relating with others, then you've got to dive into dialogue with yourself and be deeply, deeply honest with yourself. Because when you come from a clear mind and a clear heart, Iris is going to work with you in the most beautiful, magnificent ways. So take a straightforward attitude here. Your alignment task is to say no to anyone playing games, anything that feels manipulative or covert or where there's coercion. But also, don't be afraid to hear what might come in as a message to disappoint you. So she's saying this needs to be clarity across the board. Be clear and demand the same from others. So that means you have to be willing to hear something that maybe you don't want to hear. So again, she is really expressing the importance of clear communication. And she's also urging you to speak up for yourself. If you come from an environment or a family or cultural history where you have not had a voice or you feel like you haven't, then when you communicate right now, it might feel to you that you're yelling. But she's saying that's okay because times are changing and now is not the time for you to be a recluse or to be shy. It's okay to feel awkward. It's okay to get flustered. This beautiful goddess is bringing to you her powers of clarity, and she's really saying to you it's time for you to be heard. So gather your courage. The people who are important to you in the long run will listen and they will be a witness to your truth. And then you can engage in positive conversation that actually does lead to heartfelt solutions, okay? That is a beautiful, beautiful message. And the last thing I want to say here is, even if your voice feels off to you or untrue, and you feel like you're coming from a victim mentality, it's still important that you speak what is inside of you in order for you to heal it or to change it. And also, you've got to speak your truth, even if it's sounding like poor me, because this is the way that you are finding your truth and you are learning to heal. Let yourself be heard, and this beautiful goddess is here to help you on that journey. So that is your empowerment and your alignment message. Now, I also wanted to ask from the wisdom of the hidden realms, because we're talking about a lunar eclipse here. And the words are revelation and release, because in this full moon and lunar eclipse, we are being invited to release some very, very old patterning. And Scorpio is also one of the signs of healing. So we're going to ask if there's some healing messages here as well. So what are you asking to be released, revealed, or realized? Okay? And I have two cards for you, the Dream Walker. Your dreams are talking to you. You're here to break through illusions. Let go of nightmares and instead walk the path of the Dream Walker. Pay attention to your dreams. Go after your dreams. That's the message here. Your dreams matter. So the revelation or the realization is that your dreams matter. And in the revelation, it's asking you to also become aware of what your illusions are and to let those go. But the other message from the Dream Walker is pay attention to your dreams at this time. You may be doing a lot of dream walking. There may be a lot of messages coming to you through your dreams. Please write them down and pay attention. The other guide here in terms of revelations is also, oh, beautiful, Sisters of the Seasons. Okay, so this is about what is being revealed to you when you release your illusions and the nightmares, okay? So the releasing you're doing, pile one, is around your illusions. And illusions are always associated with fear. So when you recognize what your fears and illusions are, and you work on releasing them through the Dream Walker, walking your dream, which also means walking your talk, by the way, then what you are realizing or what is revealing itself to you, the great revelation is the Sisters of the Seasons. Cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order. So these beautiful sisters are telling you that you're in a cycle of very deep, beautiful growth right now. And you may be at the bottom of the tree, you may be branching out, or you may be already the beautiful blossoms on that tree. You get to decide where you are on that cycle, okay? But this is about divine order and divine timing in your life right now. I feel like I want to look at that card here in the deck, Sisters of the Season, number 17, which in the tarot is the star, right? So this is about your wishes, your dreams coming true. But you've got to communicate, right? If you stay silent and shy and reticent, your dreams are not going to come in. So Iris is here to help you. Divine appropriate timing is guiding your desires right now into perfect manifest form. This is a very good period to start new things as you've moved out of winter and you're in springtime, which is exactly where we're at, right? But you have to continue this process with patience and be aware of the rhythms of your opportunities. For there will be periods when things slow down and then begin anew, move into fruition, and then they slow down again in a never-ending natural flow. So the Sisters of the Seasons are telling you right now that stay on your path. You are on the right path, but have patience with it. Recognize where you are on that pathway and stay with it with determination and discernment, allowing for the natural course of the events to unfold in your life. And that way you will be absolutely successful. So then I want to go on to, is there a healing message for you? Is there anything in your life that is going to bring in healing for you? So if you have questions about perhaps healing your abundance, healing your emotions, healing any part of your life right now, this is your guidance. Count your blessings. So she's saying, this beautiful angel, that when you count your blessings, when every day you have the attitude of gratitude and you look out at life from a glass half full, not a glass half empty, that is your fastest way to healing anything that's going on in your life at this time. And I'm feeling for pile number 1 that there's an emotional healing here, but this also involves communication. And so you want to count your blessings. You want to look at how to fill your cup up, how to self-nurture. And then also the message from the angels there is that there are blessings coming to you. Your guides, the Sisters of the Seasons, the Dream Walker, and the Goddess Iris, they all want to bestow blessings upon you. So the key here for you is to do what? Be open to receiving, okay? Now I also pulled from the angel answer cards. Is there anything you need an answer to at this time? Is there any message you need to know right now? And so the first message I got was, be assertive. That goes with Iris, right? Speak your truth. Take off any masks, which are the illusions, right? Take off the mask, release the illusions, and show up in your truth, in your power. Being assertive is not being aggressive. It's simply speaking your truth, but doing so from an open heart and an open mind. That's a beautiful message. Be assertive, and it's up to you. But I love it. She has her heart, hand on her heart, so it's telling you the guidance is coming from your heart. So it's not just about mindful communication and discernment. It's also about listening to your heart. What do you desire right now? And then there might be some opportunities in front of you, or choices is the word I'm getting, and you get to choose. This is up to you. Though when I often get this card, I'll be honest, the message is, if you're looking for a yes or no message, pile 1, with that card, the message is usually a gentle yes. However, you don't have to say yes. It's your choice. But there's an opportunity here. Are you ready for it? Is this what you want? The dream walker is saying, is this your dream? And for some, you may recognize it as your dream right away. For others, you're unsure. Well, guess what? Welcome it in, because maybe that dream needs to show itself to you. Maybe there's a revelation with it where it's not going to be instantaneous, but if you open the door to welcome it in and slowly work with it, then you might see if indeed it is what you've been asking for. So let's move on. I wanted to ask for the deep messages from the moon. So these are deep emotional messages. This is an affirmation for you. I have a balanced relationship with time. I use time well. That goes along with the Sisters of the Seasons. Patience is what I'm getting here. Okay? Everything takes time and it comes in its own season. I have a balanced relationship with time. So it's telling you to really get good with timing and to spend the time on the things that matter to you. And then the other affirmation is, every day I bring radical self-love to my mind, body, and spirit. I love that. So this is saying be consistent with self-love, and that self-love is to every part of your being. It's not just self-love to the body or your mind, it's also to your spirit and your heart. Self-love, patience, communication, a lot of very powerful messages. So I want to end with what messages are coming to you. Because right now we've been focusing on you, right? And where you're at and what you're supposed to be working with. But what messages are coming to you in terms of love? I love you. These are very important words. So someone is wanting to bring you a message of love. Could be a love message in terms of romance, could be a family person, could be a friend, could be someone you don't expect to get this message from. But someone out there wants you to know how much they love you. Okay, but again, this is about self-love too, right? Really deeply love yourself. So if someone's bringing you a message, what is that message? Not just I love you, but what else is coming towards you in terms of a message? And I feel like this is about romance for pile number 1. You are wonderful. Okay, so there may be more than one message here. Someone is wanting to tell you they love you, they think you are a wonderful human being, that you bring light into their life, and they're very happy with this relationship, okay? The next one is, I know you have options, why me? So this could be another love message from someone different where they love you, but they don't know if you're going to choose them. Remember I said it's up to you, you have choices. So this could be about love. And if you do choose them, maybe they have some self-worth issues. So the self-love message isn't just about you working on it. Maybe it's about this person working on self-love. And maybe you need to come to them and say, I love you too. I have always loved you. I've chosen you because I feel a soul connection with you. So maybe the person who's coming to you just needs a little bit of extra assurance from you. And then what is the last love message? I will love you till my dying day. So whoever this one or two people are, or several, they really, really love you. This is a commitment. They're not just coming in to casually say, I love you. They will love you till the last breath they take. This is commitment. And boy, is that Scorpio, right? I'm going to love you from this life and beyond. That's a Scorpio love message. So let's complete pile 1 with your affirmation. And this is the affirmation. You already have 2 that I gave you from the deep moon messages, but this is the heart affirmation message. My heart resonates with the wonderful beat of the universe. So this is telling you to be in resonance with the universe, but it's about your heart, right? My heart resonates with the wonderful beat of the universe. And so when you are in resonance with the universe, all your dreams are going to come into fruition. Alrighty, those are the messages for pile 1. I love the comments. I'd love to receive more. If any part of this message resonates with you, let me know, because I like to hear about it. Okay, so that's for pile 1. Let me move the cards out of the way and let's go to pile 2. Oh boy, I love Iris. I just love those colors. Pink and golden, wisdom and love. So here we go. We are pile number 2, which is this beautiful rutilated quartz. And rutilated quartz is usually about you transforming something. The rutilated quartz is about getting depth, that you're seeking depth, inner knowledge, inner wisdom. So let's see what the goddess is for you here. Oh my gosh, the goddess Lakshmi. I love it. So for pile number 2, you have the goddess Lakshmi. She is the goddess of great fortune. Wow. Already I'm getting a lot of abundance. Now in the tarot, Lakshmi would be akin to the Empress. If you wanted to choose one of the queens, she would probably most resonate with the Queen of Pentacles, and I think the Queen of Wands too. But honestly, she's the Empress, okay? She is the goddess that brings abundance, that brings good news. She's the goddess of love, and it's abundance in all forms. When she comes to visit, she's bringing in a celebration of your life. So she's asking you to celebrate yourself right now. So the message she's bringing for you is one of celebration, okay? The celebration of your purpose, the celebration of all the wisdom you've attained in your life, and compassionate prosperity. So she's an empress. So for pile 2, those of you that chose this pile, what I'm getting right away is great wisdom lies within you, and you've been on a very long journey. No matter what your age in this lifetime, listening to this video, you're an old soul. So you could even be 19 in your early 20s, but you're an old soul, and you already carry within you that Empress energy and the ability to create anything you want, because Lakshmi is a great manifester. Alrighty? And then for others of you that are older, it's letting you know to really celebrate how far you've come here. All of your experiences and all of your skills are rich with meaning and results. You have richness in your life. She's asking you to be aware of that richness, whether that's a richness of skills, it's a richness of prosperity, a richness of wisdom, a richness of love. You know, Lakshmi is a great giver, so for pile 2, you may be great givers. And as a result of this, you can now expect to see evidence of this wealth coming to you in the world around you. You have the ability right now to create great success in your life, and what you have to offer the world has great value. So Lakshmi's here to tell you, to confirm for you that you are a very valuable soul. What you bring to this earthly incarnation is of great value here, okay? It's your time to also share your good fortune with others. So it's not just about you creating your own success and understanding your value. It's also about you sharing your good fortune with people. And she's going to show you how your life will then multiply even more when you apply gratitude, praise for other people, and a genuine commitment to be of service. So be aware, when I say being of service, you always have to come from a place where you filled your own cup first, okay? So self-love is always the first ingredient in that cup. Your life right now is rich with many things wanting to come to you. You can attract anything right now. You are a magnet for miracles. Nothing is out of your reach at this time, okay? So that's Lakshmi's empowerment message. Let's look at her alignment message. Have you fallen prey to the idea that someone might take away what is yours? Or is there any part of you right now that maybe isn't open to receiving this abundance that Lakshmi wants to bring? Why? Because you're still carrying a lot of lack consciousness. So what is lack consciousness? It's a feeling that there's not enough, that we live in a world of limited relationships, limited love, limited prosperity, limited health, limited praise, whatever it is. And so then you fill your days and your time with worry. Lakshmi, one of her biggest message is, let go of worry. Replace worry with trust and faith, because she's telling you right now you're a magnet for miracles. There is nothing that cannot come to you, but you've got to get out of the place of worry. You may not even be conscious of this, but you may feel right now that there's not enough to go around, not enough money, not enough love. You worry about growing old, missing out on something, and struggling for the rest of your life for the resources that you right now perceive as limited. You might also feel miserly and stingy, so you don't want to spend money. You're afraid to spend it in case you may lose it, or you may be afraid to share it in case nothing comes back to you. Again, that's lack consciousness, and it comes from a place of worry. So her alignment task is to stop and be mindful of the direction of your thoughts and to reframe them to focus on what you truly want and intend, and let go of limited thinking. And what you can say here is, what is mine will not go past me. Okay? That's a beautiful mantra. What is mine will not go past me. And if you ever feel the little green gremlin of envy creeping in, because that happens when we're feeling a lack consciousness, right? We feel envy of others. Then in that moment, bless the other person. Bless them. And say, that which I desire is also for me. That it's not just for them, but it's also for me. Your true limitations are only what you set up for yourself. Because Lakshmi's telling you the universe isn't doing this to you. Only you are doing this to you. You are the one responsible for your limitations. Do not let your conditioned mind and your faulty beliefs, right there, right? A faulty belief is lack consciousness. Rule your life. Break free from this. The world is unlimited if you let yourself open up to the wealth of your imagination, okay? That is a very profound message, and she's guiding you through this, okay? Remember, miracles are wanting to come to you right now. So let's go a little bit further and look at the hidden worlds messages in terms of what is it you're wanting to release, what are you trying to break free from, and what is wanting to reveal itself into your life. So the Desert Prince. Survival and false promises. Now, isn't that interesting? What is survival? Limitation. But I do like this card because he's standing next to a lion and he's holding the sword of courage. So the Desert Prince can have several different meanings. One, yes, you may be in a desert right now, and a desert means there's not a lot of water. So you've got to build your courage, you've got to build your resources, you've got to hang tight, you've got to keep working hard, but the desert doesn't last. You will soon reach the ocean. Right now, if you're in a desert period in your life, you're building something. You're building courage, you're building consistency, self-discipline, and resourcefulness. These are all wonderful qualities to have. The other message from the Desert Prince is get ready, because you're ready now to leave the desert. You've been in a time of stagnancy where maybe there wasn't much abundance in money, in life, in resources, whatever it may be, in friendships, but you're getting ready to leave that. You're coming into an oasis right now, okay? But that desert was necessary. And if you're still in it, it's still necessary because there's something in your internal being that you are still working on. And with the lion, I'm getting leadership. Maybe you're working on self-confidence, self-esteem, building your leadership abilities, and you've got to be patient with yourself if you're not quite ready, okay? But for many of you, I feel like you've already been on that journey and you're ready to come to the oasis, which in the desert is that mirage, right? That beautiful pool of water with trees growing. So you're ready for that abundance. So what is revealing itself to you when you come out of the desert? The sun dancers. Joyful activity, celebration of life and abundance. Wow, you cannot make this up. So that desert has served you because it has built some very beautiful, powerful qualities within you. And the biggest one I'm getting is resilience. You've learned how to be flexible, how to be resilient, how to be resourceful. And now it's time to jump in joy, to know that abundance is going to be yours. If it's not coming in already, it soon will be. It's time. Your time has arrived. So for pile number 2, it's interesting. The timing I'm feeling is it's either arrived already and you're already in it and going through it, or it's soon coming in. You're coming out of the desert soon. You don't have to walk thirsty for much longer, okay? But the sun dancers also means that maybe you need to take a break and you need to celebrate life right now. Be playful. If you're in the desert and you're just working, then you're missing something, because Lakshmi is not just about building abundance and prosperity. She's about enjoying your achievements. If you're working so hard you can't enjoy anything, then maybe you're blocking something. She wants to not just bring abundance, she wants to bring you joy. And so do the sun dancers. The sun dancers are dance in the sun. And it's funny, the Desert Prince with the lion, I'm getting for pile number 2 a lot of fire energy here. I feel like a lot of fire signs may be picking pile number 2, or it's time for you to be in the sunlight, not just playing and having fun and taking time out, but to be in a leadership role, to be visible in the world. So this is what is revealing itself to you. Oh, I just love these messages so far. And then I wanted to pick a message on what might be healing itself in your life, or what is the answer for any part of your life that you're seeking healing on right now. And this is going to be an interesting one. The answer is love. The answer you seek is love. It's romance. It's that beautiful divine counterpart is helping you right now, helping you heal. And if you're single, it's being open to romance that's going to help you heal. And maybe you're healing a romantic partnership at this time so that you can truly come together in this sacred union. Because in this pile, that is the card of divine union. It really is. That is a beautiful card. Now, from the Angel Answer Oracle cards, I also asked, okay, so we have Mercury retrograde here. So it's not just about the lunar eclipse, it's also about Mercury. and what information or messages are coming for us. What is it we need to know? What answers are we seeking right now? Helpful people. That you are building a larger community in your life right now. Maybe you're building a community of more friends. Maybe you're branching out, meeting new people. Perhaps at work, your work is growing and evolving. There's more people coming on board. There's expansion. The Helpful People card has a lot of messages, but it is about expansion. It's also about going beyond your comfort zone and meeting new people and knowing that there's helpful people around the corner coming into your life. And maybe one of those, for those of you that are single, is going to be that romance of a lifetime. So let's look at the other message. If you believe, I love that. So they're saying if you want to bring this into being, it's very important that you believe in yourself, that you believe it's possible, but more importantly, that you believe in yourself, because what you really believe is what you create. And so we're going back to that alignment message from Lakshmi, right? What you believe is what you create. So if you're going to believe in limited reality, you're not going to be able to create much beyond that. Even if she's trying to bring more to you, if you are staying stuck in a very limited reality, Lakshmi can certainly bring something to you. But wouldn't you like to receive all that she can bring for you? So that's your alignment message. If you believe. So now let's look at the deeper moon messages. What is the depth of the moon wanting to bring to you as a message? Oh my God, this is so funny. I know myself deeply and I find myself worthy. Okay, so that goes along with if you believe in limited thinking, right? I know myself deeply and I find myself worthy. So you've got to believe that you're worthy of receiving this. Yeah, no wonder we had the lion message, the Leo energy. And that's in alignment with the Sun card in the Tarot and the Strength card. You're developing strength so that you can dance in the sun. But you have to believe in yourself and know that you are worthy. So let's look at the other answer. I am a magnet to what I want. There we go. That's Lakshmi. I am a magnet to what I want, and I repel what I do not want. So there's clear discernment there, right? Beautiful. So what did she say? You're a magnet to miracles and abundance right now, and yes, you are. So let's move on to the very last messages here for pile number 2, and these are about love. So far we've focused on where you're at and what's going on in your life, what's revealing itself to you, what the empowerment and alignment messages are, what beautiful goddesses and sun dancers are working with you. Now it's what messages of love are wanting to find you. This is about love messages, and specifically is what I asked about. Is what message is coming to you? Express love through gifts. So someone is wanting to bring you love through gifts. That means they're taking action. It's not just words. Giving a small token to someone expresses your love to them. So they may give you something small, or it could be something big. Maybe they're going to invite you on a vacation or a weekend away or a night out. But someone wants to take action towards you, and they're bringing a gift to you. And that could just be flowers, right? But be open to receiving this. What messages of love do they want to tell you? What does this person want to tell you? Now that I see you, everything is different. So they look at you as someone very special to them. They look at you as 1 in a million or 1 in a billion. They see you as different, unique, and special, right? So that's the romance card. I have to hide my feelings for you. So up until now, this person has not been able to express how they really feel. They're afraid to, that maybe they're afraid that you're going to reject them. Maybe they're afraid you don't feel the same way, okay? They have very, very deep feelings is what I'm getting. But I think you're going to be open. I think this might be mutual. And what's the last message? Can you feel my love? So even if they can't tell you, they're asking, can you feel me though? Can you feel me? But guess what? They do want to show you, don't they? They want to express love through action. But they're asking you right now, but can you feel my love? I love these messages. Someone really, really loves you, okay? And I feel like it's someone around you. It could also be someone you're not aware of. Maybe it's even a friend that's had this long love for you and they're finally going to come forward with it. Or if you're in a current relationship where you've both been so busy because, Lakshmi is the goddess of prosperity and work. And maybe you've both been extremely busy and there's not been enough time for the love, for the relationship, and that's about to change. So that's what's being revealed to you. So I want to complete now with the affirmation for you to take with you. I am a conscious creator of the energy around me. Beautiful. I am a conscious creator of the energy around me. That's Lakshmi right there. You are a creator of your own world, and she's here to support that. You are the only one standing in the way of everything that you want. That's the final message I'm getting here. So maybe take a deep look, a deep dive in this Mercury retrograde and eclipse energy to see how you might be blocking your own abundance. And sometimes we do it in very unconscious ways. And when we realize it, it's like, oh my gosh, that was so simple and I didn't realize I was doing it, right? There's a wonderful, wonderful things coming to you, pile 2. So stay optimistic, please. Let's go to the last pile number 3. Please leave me your comments. Thank you. So the last pile, we have the phantom quartz. Yeah. I love the phantom quartz. It's showing you that you're a multidimensional being. So for pile number 3, this is for those of you that really are in connection or in contact with your cosmic self, that you feel like you've had many, many, many lifetimes, and that you're here to bring in all of the lessons you've learned, that this is your lifetime to have that wisdom. It's like a harvest lifetime for you. So let's look at your Goddess Power card. So this is your overall message for this lunar eclipse and this Mercury retrograde. We have the Goddess Oshun, generosity. Oh, what a beautiful goddess. She's akin to the Empress in the Tarot. Specifically, she's akin to the Queen of Cups because she's a water but also an earth goddess. So right now we've got the 2 elements, right, of the eclipse, the Scorpio and the Taurus here. But look at that, she's smiling. She is a very happy goddess. This goddess has found a very deep wealth within her of self-love. So for those of you that have chosen pile 3, you are not the ones that lack self-love, okay? So if you feel this doesn't apply to you, go back and choose one of the other piles. Oshun, you've already reached a place of deep self-love. You feel very generous within yourself. You love yourself. You know how much you have to give. That's not what you question, okay? You're coming from a place of very deep generosity. But there will be an alignment message for you for those of you that are out of balance, because we all get out of balance. So her empowerment message is, there is a universal law that centers on unrestrained generosity and flow. Oshun, the benevolent Yoruban river goddess, is the representation of nourishment, healing, fertility, and prosperity. and she reminds you that life herself has given to you freely. You have been offered air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat, and shelter to sleep in. So it is your task to give freely of yourself, no matter how big or small the act, without expectation of receiving anything in return. Well, I know already this is my pile, okay? I seem to be getting pile 3s recently. Well, there it is, 3, the Empress, right? She's saying, you already know how filled up your cup is. You know that you contain so much love and generosity and self-worth within you that you came to this lifetime to share it with the world. Doesn't mean you don't have to hermit yourself and learn how to take time out and self-nourish and replenish. Absolutely. Everything in life is about balance. But she's saying, don't ever hold back your heart. When you feel your heart wanting to beam out light, don't lessen that light. It's not about how someone else receives it or what they do with it. It's simply the fact that you're giving them that piece of your light, or you're bringing them that message or that gift, and then you walk away because you're here to be generosity of spirit in motion. But you need to do so from a cup that is always full, right? So pile number 3, there's a little bit of resonance in pile number 2, okay? You may want to go back and listen to that. Both of you are about bringing a full cup to the table, both piles. But with Oshun, what you have to give is a generosity of spirit, a generosity of your authenticity, that you have so much light and lightness, and you're a goddess of flow. You've learned how to flow with the rivers of life. You've learned how to accept things. You've learned how to surrender. Your alignment message, though, I think has to do with doubt. So we're going to look at that in just a minute. I feel for pile number 3 that these are for the water signs or those of you that have a lot of water in your chart. So this beautiful goddess is encouraging you to allow gratitude to permeate everything that you do right now, even the smallest of opportunities and gestures, even while opening a door for someone, smiling at them. The very experience of giving and being generous with your heart, time, money, assistance, and kindness and care will provide more value than you could possibly imagine. And when you release all attachment to the outcome, so we have a double message here about do this without expectation. Release attachment. So no expectation, no attachment. Then the good fortune that you have bestowed on others will come back to you tenfold. So she's this beautiful being reminding you that this is a truth that has existed since time began. What is your alignment message here? Sometimes you fall prey to fear about whether you're going to get what you need. So you worry about money and love, and you begin withholding. So the alignment message is to notice where in your life are you withholding. Are you withholding money? Are you withholding generosity? Are you withholding compliments? Are you withholding truth? Are you withholding love? Where are you withholding? And for some of us, that answer could be we're withholding love for ourselves. This is not always about others. Everything in the world becomes a mirror back to us in some form, right? So are you withholding something for yourself? That's where you must begin on this journey. You might find yourself being overly restrictive, okay? So again, look at this, because the truth is when you begin to be miserly with your time, with your affection, and with your gifts, you're going to start seeing little in return, okay? So being miserly, which is the opposite of generosity, dams the flow. And so she's here to remind you, where are you feeling caught up in this? And for some of you listening, you're not in this at all. For others of you, you are, and this is a task to look at where are you withholding, okay? So in this moment, this beautiful goddess wants to offer you this message. You cannot expect her to be generous with you if you show her that you don't trust in the flow of her generosity. So for pile 3, remember I said I felt there were self-doubt issues here? Yes, if you're doubting yourself, if you're doubting the universe, that means there's a trust problem here. And that lack of self-trust, or lack of trust in Oshun, or lack of trust in the universe, is making you withhold something. And so she's saying, please free your heart from this. Begin to trust again. Now is the time to do the opposite of what you fear. When you feel there's not enough money, spend it to signal that you trust in abundance. Now, she's not saying overspend, right? She's just saying spend wisely. But show the universe and her that you trust by going out and spending it if it's more money that you want. If you feel unloved, ask who can you love right now and who can you show how much you care. Even a kind gesture made to a stranger sends the sign that you trust in the generosity of the world. Do not wait to get what you want. Give it to others now, and you will be amazed at how things turn around, okay? So for pile 3, your alignment message is, or assignment is, where are you perhaps withholding? Where could you be more generous? And for some of you, that's going to be with yourself. In fact, I feel that message is going to hit a lot of you. It's, oh my gosh, I need to be more generous with myself. Remember always, you must first fill your own cup to the top. Please fill it to the top of the cup, because that's being generous. Don't do the cup half full. Not for this pile. Do the cup full, please. I'm getting that really, really strongly here. So now let's move on to what wants to reveal itself to you, but what also needs to be released or resolved. Oh my gosh, we've got 2 queens here. Yeah, this is definitely, I'm getting the queens of the tarot, but especially the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, the Swan Queen, transformation, intuition, and patience. So what you're working through, what you're needing to accept right now in your life is maybe that you've got to be a little bit more patient, okay? That you're transforming, and that takes time. But I'm seeing here that there's a winter here, and there's a swan coming in, and we're now in springtime. So you're coming out of the winter of your life, and you're entering the springtime. But perhaps you need to have just a little bit more patience. The Swan Queen is also telling you right now it's very important that you not listen to your logic, but instead listen to your intuition. Because it's your emotional body, your intuitive body that is guiding you here. You know, the Swan Queen is the Queen of Cups. Let me see, where's my book here? Because I feel like there's an extra message here. I think that's number 13. Yes. She gives you the ability to see the beauty that has transformed your life from ignorance to wisdom. The Swan Queen is here to let you know that it's time to go within and to seek the answers in your own intuition. So the message I'm getting here for pile number 3 is something is wanting to really reveal itself to you. and there's some deep self-realization, but you may need to go within for a while. So have patience. Be generous with yourself right now. Your time, I'm getting the word be mindful. The true power right now lies where, oh my goodness, I'm learning how to speak in this Mercury retrograde. The true power lies reflected in the still waters within you. Now is the moment to meditate and ask for a vision. The power of psychic perception is very inherent in you, and the Swan Queen is helping you dive even deeper into this. She's here to bring you the answers that you seek. This is very, very beautiful. And she's also saying, in spite of any fear or self-doubt that you're carrying right now, because we got the message of perhaps lack of self-trust or self-doubt, don't doubt your inner voice. Move beyond that fear, but be gentle with yourself and allow for whatever self-realization wants to come. Just simply be in the place of allowing. Don't push the river, be in the flow. What is Oshun's message to us? Be in the flow. She's also reminding you to give yourself the time to transform these ideas into reality. So the patience she's reminding you of is that nothing happens overnight. It takes time, but be rest assured this is indeed happening. You may not see it yet in your life, but it is coming. Okay? So let's look at the other message, which is what is revealing itself to you. And that is the Queen of Light, following the Swan Queen, illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. So the Swan Queen is telling you what you need to do. The inner wisdom, the inner sitting with yourself, seeking your inner truth and your inner realizations and the inner listening, so that the illumination in the Queen of Light can then come to you. She's inspiring you here. She's heralding in success in all of your ventures. She's illuminating the most important steps on your path right now and reminding you of your own brilliance. So I'm getting for pile 3 that maybe in the generosity here that you've been overgiving. And it's time to now fill your cup and remember how beautiful of a being you are, to celebrate you right now in the world. And then go out and spread your generosity even more. That's the message I'm getting. But you're also the Queen of Light. You're here to spread light, right? You're intelligent and inspired, and all you need right now, everything you need, is going to be met. But please remember that you're the instrument of the divine shining through you in this world. You are on the correct path for your highest good at this time. She's also bringing you insight into how you can further manifest your dreams into reality right now in the most miraculous ways. She's promising you that she's going to show you the next right action for you to take. And she wants to celebrate you as you stand brilliant, joyful, and enlightened in the present time. And she's rewarding you for your perseverance and your willingness to do this. She's saying that gratitude and acceptance are the key today. And to remember to not give in to fear, to simply shine your light. Remember, you are the messenger. You are the bringer of illumination, pile 3. Your task is only to bring the illumination, leave the message, let go of the outcome, let go of expectation. That's the attachment, right? So when you are non-attached, then when you leave that message, you don't leave a part of you behind. When you leave your message, you bring your generosity with no expectation or attachment, you leave with your cup full. It's when you have an expectation of a return from that person or that situation, or you get an attachment or a codependency forms, then that attachment starts draining your cup of love, your cup of energy, and then you go out of alignment. So Oshun and the Queen of Light are both guiding you here, and the Swan Queen, to remember you need to recharge your batteries, okay? And don't give your energy to those that are not going to be ready to receive it. That's the other message I'm getting. Be discerning in who you give most of your energy to. But when you're out in the world, you don't have to be discerning with your generosity. You can smile at everyone you walk by. You can open up a door wherever you go. You don't have to know who that person is. You can give up a parking spot for someone who's been looking for it longer than you. That is about being generous, period. That's not what I'm referring to. When it comes to the deeper generosity with people who you see in your life all the time or often, you want to make sure that you have a full cup and that there are people that are really grateful for you being in their life, okay? So for pile number 3, there's something about relationships here. So let's go a little bit further and see what else comes up. For your healing message today, oh, that was beautiful. For your healing message, it's manifestation. And the color is green. So indeed, there's a healing that's occurring for you, whether it's on the emotional level, the physical level, spiritual level, manifestation of abundance. Whatever it is, you are the manifester right now, and there is nothing that you cannot manifest. Again, yeah, that's beautiful. You're the manifester, you're generous, you're the illuminator. Again, remember, you've got to always take time for you. I'm going to keep reiterating that message. So if you ask yourself, what is going to help me heal right now? Anything in my life. Set the intention that you want a healing. Manifest it. That means visualize yourself already healed. Start visualizing what it would look like and what it would feel like if your love life was healed, if your checkbook was healed, if you had more than enough money in your bank account, all you can do is smile. If any illness or fatigue you've been dealing with, visualize yourself exercising, having more than enough well-being. Okay, so that's your task here. So the other messages are from the Answer Oracle deck. If you were looking for an answer today, oh wow, and I got 3 cards by accident. The other 2 piles got 2. So this is some message you were looking for. Okay, so take it as it resonates in the near future. So you're getting a timing message right now. Something is around the corner. In the near future usually means as soon as days away, weeks away, to maybe a couple of months. In the near future. Look for signs. You're going to be getting signs, or maybe you already are. Archangel Michael's there with his bolt of lightning. He's going to be bringing you signs. Pay attention is the message I'm getting. Oh my gosh, and we've got a giant yes. Your answer today is yes. Whatever you're asking, I'm giving you a yes, a resounding yes. This is part of your destiny, part of your future. You are going to manifest what you want, and it's not far off. So I want to complete by looking at what messages of love are wanting to come to you. Because right now we've looked at you and what's going on in your life. What great revelations are coming in. What do you need to release and work on? What alignment messages do you have? And so this now is more about what messages of love are coming, but also, before we get there, what Spirit's last messages from this moon is for you. I invite peace within myself. I ripple this outwards. So that's the deep moon message. that you're inviting peace in, and that when you naturally bring it in, it naturally illuminates everybody around you. So that's a message of illumination. I explore my wildness and I dance in pleasure. I love it. So it's saying it's time to be who you are. Explore every part of you. Leave no rock unturned in your self-authenticity. Be fully who you are. You know, with pile number 3, what I love is everything is speaking here about illumination. That you are not meant to wear any masks at all. You are meant to fully dance in your wildness, in your eccentricity, and dance in pleasure. There's beautiful things coming to you. So now let's look at what message of love is wanting to find you. Okay? I needed to do those 2 first. Love who you are. You're a divine and wonderful person, deserving, that's the word, all of the wonderful things that life has to offer. So your message here from other people is they see you as this amazing being. So this is how other people see you. These are messages of love and of truth that are coming from others to you. They love who you are. They love you. They love you exactly as you are, with all of the wildness, right? But they also feel like you're very deserving of love. And so if there's any part of you still that is working on self-love and self-deserving, because the word I'm getting is deserving of romance, then work at it. But understand the people who are wanting to bring you a message right now, they see your worth. They do not question that. They love who you are and they know that you deserve love. So let's look at the little messages they want to tell you. How wonderful life is with you in this world. So these people love you. They value you. So I'm getting a really strong message of they value you, they see your authenticity, and they just simply love you. There's nothing you need to do. There's no changing you need to do. Okay? This is interesting. How did I get so lucky? So the people around you feel like they're really lucky to have you in their life. They are counting their blessings that you are in their life. I love it. And this could be, if you're single, this can also apply to someone coming towards you with a message of love, telling you how much they value you and how lucky they feel to know you. And I feel like whoever's coming, they're going to have courage. They're not going to sit back and worry about being rejected because they just want you to know how much they value you. You are mine. Wow. Okay. So this person, whoever this person or persons are, one of them at least, or a couple of them, think that you belong to them. And that's not in a possessive way. But it could be. You could have one person here who feels really lucky, and maybe there is a little bit of possessiveness, and they don't know that they want to share you with the world. Okay, so I'm just kind of putting you on notice to maybe pay attention to that. But this can also be a suitor, a potential love person coming in saying, I know we belong together. I know we do. Can you see it? Okay? They want you to know that they feel like you are the one. That's the message right there. So let me end with a final affirmation for you to be practicing in these next couple days and weeks, and I love it. My heart is open to freely expressing love. My heart is open to freely expressing love. So they're saying, be free. Express your love. Don't hold back, right? So we end with where we began. Be generous with your love. Be generous with your heart. Alrighty, everyone, sending you so many blessings and so much love in this amazing eclipse corridor, Mercury retrograde portal gateway of higher vibration that we are in. I love comments. Please send me your comments if anything in particular does resonate for you. And I want to end by saying that in my next couple videos, I am going to make them shorter. For the eclipses, I spend extra time because the messages are really about a 6-month window. And they can even be about the eclipse cycle. And this one started in November of 2021, and it will complete at the end of 2023 and the beginning of 2024. So you can apply these messages for the entire cycle, and you can go back in, re-listen to them, go back months from now and decide to pick a different pile. It's really up to you. You are your own best guide. I love you all.